I look good. My face oily. Probably should have washed my face before I came out here. Which I don't do usually when I'm sitting out in the morning because, I don't know, something about outside, man. I just like being outside. Anywho. Welcome back to another fabulous episode of Vlogging for My Sanity. This niggas be going crazy. My bad. I still don't get along with the squirrels, but for some odd reason I'm having a really clear thought day, if that makes sense. Let me explain what I mean.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
I don't like being interrupted. That was a clear thought that I've been sitting on for a while, which is why every time she says that, I don't say nothing or I try to talk over her. I'm saying her like it's a real thing. But, yeah, what I just did, that's kind of where I'm at with it right now. You know, I was just thinking about y'all and this whole being myself thing, you know, being who I really am. I've really had to think about a lot of stuff that I do, like who I really am. Because recently I've been on this, you know, rapper thing, which it is a thing. But recently, in my family got a group chat. I think that is so dope. You should actually make a group chat with your family. If you don't have a group chat with your family, you should try to figure out a way to make one. Because I really feel like it unnecessarily solves a bunch of problems that you might not be able to do in person. So, because I done had some situations, but we good now. Everybody good now. But anyway, and it be me. I be going off. But anyway, somebody sent a video to the family group chat of me dancing at my parents' anniversary party.
You are currently being recorded.
And my mama said, she said, "Damn, you still got it." And my response was, I don't know why, just shit that just be popping in my head like this sometimes. My response was, God's gifts don't go away just because you don't use them every day. I don't know why the fuck I said that, but that's what I said. And when I said that, I thought about it, which is why I hate saying stuff like that, because it sounds so cliche. But I wish people knew that, like, I don't know where I get that from when I say shit like that. When I say shit that, like, makes sense, I genuinely don't have a preconceived thought of, like, where it came from. Shit just like that just be popping out of my mouth. And it's weird. It feels weird. Because I don't know how to tell that to other people, because, you know, people are stupid. So they gonna swear up and down you lying, you making that up, or he just saying that for this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, no, it's weird. That's why I actually have taken so long to do so many things, especially as far as my voice is concerned, even though clearly my voice is my gift. You know how I know that's a thing? I just thought about it just now, because I was just telling y'all about the dance thing, right? And I've been sitting here all morning thinking about the fact that I'm a really good dancer. And I just realized that when I was younger, the thing that made me a good dancer is because and I never was able to articulate this until now, but there are spots in my life where it was like relevant if you were around that whole time. For a long time, I didn't speak up. I didn't use my voice vocally. I was insecure. I was scared. I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. It was a lot of it. That's why I talk to y'all about it. This is why I vlog for my sanity, because a lot of the stuff that I be telling y'all is a lot of shit that I be having in my head for a very, very, very long time, and I never just got to say it out loud. I remember as a kid, I feel like this is why I like resonate with anime characters so well, because of my genuine thought process. I remember being a kid and thinking dancing is talking with your body. I remember saying that with no reference. Like I said, I say stuff like that. I'll say something that sounds like cliche or like a catchphrase on accident, and I don't know where this shit be coming from. And I've been doing it forever. And I thought, well, I let the world convince me that maybe I was being cliche, so I hid that as if it wasn't a natural gift. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I genuinely would say stuff and think stuff that I'm like, this is amazing. Like, no, this is really amazing. Not because I think it's amazing in my head, because I thought it out. Like, I did what I was supposed to do even before I knew I was supposed to do that. Because when I go add the context to whatever I was doing, it all makes sense. Even me explaining, even me being able to articulate to y'all what I've been through today. I know so many people that can't do that. I know so many people who really, they don't know who they are because there's certain parts of their life that they just kind of forgot about. It's not even a bad thing that they don't know who they are. It's like you just kind of forgot that part. And now you kind of like moving through life because of yesterday. You feel what I'm saying? And you forgot about like 5 years ago, or what you was doing when you was happy that year that bad thing happened to you. You forgot like what happened the day before that, or how you was feeling the day before that. It's not like it never existed. You just forgot. Yeah, that's all that is. And then I really, and it's funny because all of this, I'm saying literally and feeling all of this in real time. Like, this is why I vlog for My Sanity, because I kind of, and I was telling somebody that the other day too, I kind of, would hate to have kids or like have family members of mine who don't understand this thought process, because I really do think that like I'm a gift from God, and like genuinely, not in like a egotistical way. It's like there's been times in my life where I genuinely felt obligated to say, hey, God told me to tell you to go do this, and this. And I don't know where it comes from, because a lot of people who know me know that I don't really adhere to the traditional idea of what y'all believe religion and God to be. So it's weird when I get into those modes. Even for me, it's like, damn, why did I say that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you are who you are. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I also don't think that I also been thinking lately that I don't think God is mad at me for being who I am, like not the traditional whatever y'all think a Christian is supposed to be, or whatever you think a religious person is supposed to be, because I think all of that shit is stupid. And it ain't too many people who desire even the energy or the will to have a conversation with me to make it make sense. You feel what I'm saying? Because I have like a lot of shit going on, and I don't think none of y'all have been able to make it make sense in no capacity, for real. That's why I've been doing the best of my ability to do it myself. But, we didn't got this far, so we're not dead yet, so something's working. But anywho, but yeah, I was just thinking about that, you know what I'm saying? It's just far as like I do remember one prophecy somebody done had for me for a long time, which is actually what made me want to be a rapper. I am a rapper, but because I have music and it is good and I have put it out. Now, just as far as the scales and the numbers, I'll concede you on that. Like, I might not be a good rapper because the numbers don't show it, but still a rapper. So, you are who you are. That's who I am. And I still rap, so I wouldn't say I used to be a rapper. I hate when people do that. Well, I used to be good at this. No, you did. Like, if God gave you a gift, you didn't used to be good at it. You're still good at it. You just stopped doing it. So you're not that. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I think the reason why we do that is because the weight of the words that we use, we give them so much power. Like, things only have as much power as you give it. So, but we utilize these words and, mosquitoes. We utilize these words and we make words stronger than what they are, as if we didn't create the words. Like, you are a human. That's your mouth. You said those words. You didn't have to say that. You could have left them where they was at, which was in your head. Like a lot of people who do unnecessary shit, I'd be like, you could have stayed at home. Like, if you didn't want to come to the club, you could have stayed at home. Nobody asked you to be here. Like, you could do the same thing with the thoughts. I genuinely believe that. I genuinely believe that. And it's because I've done multiple things. I've done so much research when it comes to thoughts. Somebody left a post on my one of my stories the other day. He said another person that wants to get easy money for doing nothing. And of course I went to his page. He had like 1 subscriber, and he said he was the him of something. What did he say? He was the him of gaming and something. Which the funny part is, it's like, that's the kind of issue and solution to life is that you can kind of say and do whatever the fuck you want to, but until somebody see what you're talking about, it really don't mean nothing. Because he could be the him, but like, what you saying to me as a nigga with 1 subscriber? Like, what are you saying to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as my research and my numbers go on the YouTube scale, you can't talk to me. Like, you can look at 330 however many subscribers you want to and be like, oh, that's not a big number, but you ain't got them. So to a nigga who ain't got $300 right now, $300 sound like a lot of money. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had $300, like, that's just me being honest. I feel like people are so disingenuous because they want to live like I say, the thing that I do that's a gift, they want to do that all the time. They don't know that gifts don't fix your life completely. I mean, I guess when you live in them truly, then they start to, but they don't fix your life completely. Not if you don't utilize them correctly. Like, they don't just because you have an ability to do something doesn't mean it's going to just like fix everything. I feel like that's the same thing with knowledge, which is why people are so stupid. Like, most smart people are stupid. And it's because you feel like, I know for a fact, because I feel like I'm a pretty smart person too, and I understand where you're coming from when you don't allow yourself to be smart the way you're supposed to. It's because you believe that because I was smart about something, it was supposed to fix something. And it's not knowing something that fixes it. It's understanding what it is. And in order for you to understand something, you have to experience it. And if you've only been around for a short amount of time, then you can't honestly say, just through that notion, which I feel like we all could agree, that you've really learned that. You could know it. You know it, but you don't. Like, people, I feel that way about people who go through pain young. You know pain. You don't understand it because you haven't sat with it for 40 years like the 40-year-old. So you can't comprehend. You literally, legitimately, if you feel like a smart person, you can't definitively say that. If you qualify what smart is, what we say smart is across the board, you can't do that. That doesn't work. So, in order for you to be a true smart person, you have to concede notions that you might not understand. Because that's the true definition of being, what I would say, with being smart, is knowing what you don't know and seeking the information to know what you want to know. If that makes sense. Because I don't know if that's a real definition. I kind of, like I said, I just be saying shit. You know. But unfortunately for other people, they be like, well, so I'm just supposed to say whatever makes sense to me. No, you're not supposed to say whatever makes sense to you. Because if you take what I'm saying, if you're taking what I'm saying in face value, I can see why you would say that. But no, you're not supposed to just, like, that's why I have so much advice on doing things wrong. and like the quote unquote underworld. I don't know what the fuck y'all want to call it. I call it life, but you can't, there is no perfect way to do nothing. So I get why people are looking for the perfect versions of doing things, but I just don't think I think that's such a bad way of doing stuff, because that's how we end up getting kicked in the ass later. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why people are allowed to, like, play with some of our black leaders' images, is because we portrayed our black leaders to be a particular thing and that wasn't all of who they were. They were a whole human being, and we keep trying to get away from being human beings. Like, we want some type of perfect figure. Like, this is the standard. For who? Because a lot of people who be fighting for shit don't be looking happy. So, how is that your standard for happy? It, of course, it's something we should all be doing, fighting for a better life, of course. But I genuinely feel like a majority of you humans have forgotten about making a standard for happiness. And that's why things have grown so large in voice when it comes to a lot of things that are not liked by traditional Americans. Because that'll make it make more sense if I say traditional Americans. A lot of things that have grown into a very large voice over time, traditional Americans hate, but it's because you ignored a part of you that was there the whole time. It's because you ignored it. That's why it seems like it don't. That's why it seems wild now. Why are these people marching in the streets? Because you never listened. Because some of y'all was on that shit too. And you ignored it, you buried it, you put it in, you said it was sin, you tried to run away from it, you said it was other people's fault, you said, you know, I can't be around these particular people because I have no self-control, because it's basically what you said. You said all of these things, and I know you did, because I did. Like, And I'm not saying it just because I say you like me or me like you, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all love trying to muddy up. That's an interesting thing too, that people try to muddy a spiritually intellectual conversation. Because what I see in the comments right now, as far as, let's say this video gets 1 million views, I can see it now. Your breakdown of what I'm saying has to be rooted. Like, you're eventually going to have to go into my past to see how I feel like I have the right to say what I'm saying. Where did that thought process come from? You feel what I'm saying? Do y'all feel where I'm coming from? Where did the desire to question me come from? Because if it's flat out bullshit, shouldn't it be not something you need to question? If somebody's telling me that, hey, I think we need to go do something bad to children, I'm genuinely gonna be like, why? Unless I have a negative connotation already to children, which, as a self-aware person, I would know that. And I would know it's not necessarily the children, it's probably my experience of whatever I went through with children or childhood or whatever the case may be that has to do with being a child. But it's not necessarily all children's fault. So that negative notion that you have to do something negative to a child isn't personal to the child, that's more personal to you. So why, as a regular person, don't you have the genuine notion to be like, why are we doing bad things to children? To just say why. So take that same processes and put it on the other side, put it on the other end. In my opinion, that makes it make sense to me. That makes it make sense of why you would go listen to what somebody's saying just long enough to be like, nah, I don't agree with this. Because to me, I don't see how people get into the mind frame of being so engulfed in social media that they feel obligated to correct somebody. Until I actually did it. Until I sat on social media. Like, you live on social media, you have to. Because that's when I did it. Like, you live on social media and you feel like this is your community. You start feeling like these people are like you know these people in real life. So when you start seeing females spew bullshit on social media over and over and over again, you don't know that some of these females are telling the truth, some of these females are lying, some of these females are trolling, some of these females don't give a damn about what you're talking about at all. They just saying shit just to be saying shit. Like, some of these females have a sisterhood of camaraderie because they want it within themselves, but they don't necessarily see it in the real world, so they'll share a post here and there if they see something that looks good. Like, but all of these people have different thought processes, but you are just looking at women and saying women have you feel what I'm saying? So that's why it doesn't make sense for you to actually go watch something just to disagree with it. There genuinely has to be a problem with you. There must be something negative here because you took the time to be negative. Don't you not like being negative? Don't you not like negativity? Why do you feel like you need to be entitled to fix that? Especially if people are not being negative. I heard recently that somebody tried to sue Gary Vee. I said, are you fucking kidding me? Why? What did he do? Like, it's like people need negativity. And for me, I understand why they do. Because to live in a world where things genuinely don't make sense because of just like how we look at things, like, bro, you can live for 14 years on this planet and see some of the most egregious things that you probably feel like a human has ever seen, which is why by the time you get 20, 30, 40, you really, really, really don't give a fuck. Like, I get that. I understand that. But that doesn't make life go away, which is why the collective still has something to say. And that's why, to me, to ignore the collective is basically just adding to the bullshit. Like, I get it why people be like, okay, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gotta fix myself, I ain't gotta heal, I ain't gotta listen to this, I ain't gotta be on the internet, I ain't gotta do it, I ain't. It's a lot of eyes in there. Because for me, as a human, I listen to you guys. And what I notice is when I listen to y'all, I notice that y'all don't listen to yourselves. That's why you feel the way you feel. There's no way in the world you would one subscriber, the person that feels like you're him, or wasting your time like watching me. Oh, you're wasting your time watching me doing the same thing I was doing when I felt obligated to say certain things to certain people. Wasting time. If you were doing the thing that you feel like you're supposed to be doing, then you wouldn't even have the time to do that. If you weren't looking at me, if you were going to do the thing, like, this is my thing. I don't even want y'all to sit here and just watch me like that. It wouldn't really, thanks, but I genuinely feel like if I get that out there, then ain't that what I was supposed to do? Is to tell you to go do something good. Like, go do something good. Even if I'm a shitty person. I think I am, actually. I'm really not. I try to be a nice person, but there's a lot of times where I've been a nice person and I didn't really want to. That's honesty. What more can you ask for? If you haven't experienced enough life to understand why that makes me the person you should listen to over the other people, then you cooked whether you're listening to me or anybody else. Because it's not about listening to me. It's about listening to good information. It's about listening to something that makes sense. And a lot of people don't make sense. Like, for you to sit up here and say, okay, well, people weren't listening to me when I was doing it the right way, so I'm gonna go do it the extreme negative way.
You are currently being recorded.
That don't make sense to me. Because I've been a bad person too, and I didn't want to go take out people not listening to me on other people and be like, all y'all niggas ain't shit. Because they should know that at this point. Fuck, I'm gonna keep explaining these niggas ain't shit for. Like, where is the change? Where is the better? Where is the different? Like, we just gonna keep adding to the bullshit. We just gonna go, you know what I'm saying? We meet fire with fire. And that makes all the sense in the world. You can't talk to me. I'm an anime person. Like, you can't talk to me about shit like that. Because that shit don't make sense. Because the old man is always the person that can beat the shit out of you. The nigga with the gray hair that don't look like he on shit is always the person that can beat the dog shit out of you. So I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I don't agree to the whole, it gotta look like this for it to be this. Sometimes what you're looking for is the exact opposite of what you need. And sometimes what you need is the exact opposite of what you're looking for. What are we talking about? So why waste the time with the negativity? I'm gonna murder you. Yeah, get your bitch ass out of here. Fucking squirrels. I don't fuck with squirrels, bro. If you fuck with squirrels, you the ops. You know what I'm saying? So, Peter, come get your boys before I get them. Shit, hell. I don't fuck with them niggas. They do too much. Did you just hear what I just said? This nigga steady coming over here like it's good. It ain't good, nigga. Go on somewhere. Fucking squirrels. I'm literally talking to the squirrels. Like, this nigga keep running across my face like it's all good. It's not all good. No. Come over here taking shit. They fucked up my whole fucking... Bro, they took all my watermelons, bro. I got one watermelon left. And that motherfucker ain't even nowhere fully grown. They fucked up all my watermelons. The biggest one, they done cut holes into, try to chew into it, all kind of shit, bro. They done fucked up all my shit. No, I don't fuck with you niggas. No, you're rodents. Fucking losers. That's bullshit. That is fucking bullshit. So, with that being said, even though we supposed to love nature and all that other dumbass shit, I can understand why people get frustrated at certain parts of nature.
Hi.
You know what I'm
currently
saying?
being recorded.
I still don't think that means I need to go to their neighborhood and like burn all their children. Just stay the shit out of my, just stay out of my shit. I don't feel like I need to go like on a squirrel hunt now and like go massacre all the squirrels and go commit genocide on the squirrels, and now we need to genetically alternate the squirrels so they don't have children, and I should feed them all kinds of, you know what I'm saying, bullshit and food. No, I don't feel that way about the squirrels. They can just stay the fuck out of my shit. And if you in my shit, yeah, I should probably be able to shoot you. Cause you in my shit. Cause why you in my shit? You got some shit. Your shit is over there. Go on over there. Shit, hell. Should be pissing me off. Anyway. But yeah, I think that's all I got for you. I don't want to keep y'all too long because I feel like I'm trying to do better with that. Oh, somebody asked me about this. So, funny story about the necklace, right? So, like I say, most people that know me know that I don't really like adhere to the traditional ideas of religion. So, what happened was one of my nieces had got me this for Christmas. And I really, really, really love my nieces. I really do. I swear to God, like, I die behind them. I really, really will. So, all of them, even if I don't talk to them that much, but just because I want to be a better uncle than, you know what I'm saying, than I was. So, I try to check on them as much as I can, even though I be dealing with mental health issues. And then, like, little stuff like this that they give me, I just, you know what I'm saying, like, I wear it all the time, or I wear it every day, because I'm just, you know what I'm saying, first of all, you went out your way as a child to spend your money on me when you didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the adult, I genuinely think I'm supposed to be doing shit for y'all. So helping y'all get y'all mental health together and all that shit. Yeah. Like, so for you to take time to spend your money on me as a child, I appreciate that, because you don't even understand the concept of money. You don't even understand the concept of the fact that you just spent your money on some dumb shit or some materialistic shit. Because for a child, that's not what it's about. It's about just the gift of, I'm doing this for somebody I care about. So it means more when it comes from a child. That's why it's worse for younger people to spend money stupidly, because it means more when y'all spend money. Anywho, which is why the world be cooked, because they be like, see, this is the way the world is, because the young folks are spending money this way. See what I'm saying? Anywho, or their attention is on this, which they know in the back of their heads that's where the money is. So instead of just going where the attention is, like Preacher Queese did, y'all would rather just bitch about the whole spectrum of, anyway, whatever. Like I was saying, what was I saying? My bad. I was on a good point, and I be rambling. Sometimes I be losing my train of thought. I'm sorry, y'all. I be doing that sometimes. My bad. It was something about children. My fault. Well, I'm going to take that as a sign that I need to go and wrap it up. So, hopefully I learned something. If you didn't, you're slow. I was not saying nothing that goddamn complicated for you to sit here and be like, bro, I wonder what he meant. I told you what I meant. Don't, let's not. I love you, so let's not. You feel me? Go on. The bugs and stuff. But yeah. So, anywho, with that being said, back to the cliche shit, make sure you like and subscribe. You know, because that's how you keep shit going if you want to keep shit going. For real. I really want to keep doing this. So, if you like it, like and subscribe. I mean, if you don't have to. Matter of fact, you can actually thumbs it down. Matter of fact, you know what? Don't hate. If you don't like what I said, explain to me why you didn't like what I said. Let's have a Discord. Like, because I genuinely like talking to people. That's why I never understood why people hate trolling so much. Because I get trolling. 9 times out of 10, if you took the time to, like, hate on me real quick, then I obviously triggered you in some type of way. So, and I've never been that, I've been engulfed in the internet because I study it so hard, but not so much to where, like, I'll give you an example, like the Cheesecake Factory thing. Like, when they came out with the girl and shit, I didn't take that personally, like, as a man, like, all these women, you know what I'm saying, they hating because of this video. I knew that was a skit because I understand social media. And I was watching the skit play out in real time amongst people who were probably already feeling that way, and then just starting to say it out loud. So I didn't take it as, oh, well, that's where we at right now in the world. No, you niggas been on that shit. That's why it's 40-year-olds having that conversation more than most people, 40 and 30-year-olds. You know why? Because they've been feeling that. They've been wanting these women to shut up. They've been wanting niggas to do this, that, and the other. They've been wanting niggas to shut up and just spend money. These niggas been wanting women to just shut up and do, like, because America a long time ago gave, like, literally psychologically jacked a lot of people up with romance. And now people live in La La Land because it feels better to live in La La Land than reality. Which, you know, who doesn't know that? Of course it feels better to live in La La Land. That's why you think you should get your way. So, you know. But to a certain extent you should if you're doing it right. I feel like that's why the millennials are the middle ground. That's, you know, a lot of us are cooked because we don't understand that. But a lot of us not because we understand it. So, you know. Yeah, so the rest of y'all will be alright. If y'all heard anybody up under me, y'all be alright. Yeah. Especially if you heard and you listening to me, niggas like me, you definitely will be alright. Cause trust you me, I know. Remember when your mama used to tell you, like, not to hang with certain people? Yeah, I know what that mean now. So that's why you should be listening to me when I tell you about hanging with other people. It ain't about, like, energy and all that other dumbass shit that people be saying. No, it's just I understand what our parents meant now. And I'm just explaining it to you. That's all. I'm not trying to convince you of nothing. I really don't give a fuck what you think. If I had done a better job of that before, then I probably would have been a better person. I would have been able to achieve more because I would have been more of myself, which is a person that don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck enough to try to convince you. Like, no, this is just... I talk a lot, bro. That's literally my gift. It's talking. So, fuck you want me to do? Sit at a job? Ugh. Like, nah, I'm cool. Y'all got it, gang. You can. I'm not telling you not to, but I've I flirted with this notion way too much in my life. I have too much evidence within myself for me to listen to y'all. And that's why I need to do this, because there are other people who are listening to y'all who kind of need me to speak up for the people who was listening to y'all. Because I used to listen to them too. Stop listening to them. They have no idea what they're talking about. People to be like, you shouldn't do that. How the fuck would you know? What the fuck I'm supposed to be doing? Shit hell. Anywho. But yeah. And never mind. I was finna get into another rant. Damn. All right, this last thing and I'm done, because I think it was a real good thing I was about to say. And why would I listen to the creators instead of the creator? Like, all of y'all niggas don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. And my parents said they wanted me to be happy. So, since that's who created me, I think I'll take the rest of y'all into consideration. Just on a human level, because they also taught me to have empathy and sympathy for people. So, thanks, but no thanks. I appreciate you though. If you genuinely here to help. Because that's what I'm here to genuinely do, is to help. So if you're not here to genuinely help, then I don't see why I'm obligated to give a fuck about what you're talking about, especially if I'm honest enough within myself to tell you that I don't really give a fuck about what you're talking about. I gave you that honesty. So what else do you want? I'm talking to you. Like, what else do you want? Like, I'm being honest with you. How many people do you know in your life that are honest? Because last time I checked, a lot of those commercials that you looked at don't seem like those are the burgers that you're gonna get when you go to so I'm the problem now, because I'm telling you the truth. Oh, I forgot that's what America has been teaching us for a long time, that we don't like hearing the truth. Yeah, that's a little weird. Yeah, if somebody's speaking their truth, then let them talk. Especially if they not like hurting nothing, not hurting anything. And you saying that I'm influencing somebody is like hurting the world. That's bullshit. Because who am I influencing? Or are you admitting that people are so weak that they feel like they need to be convinced to be something that they're not? Because I'm not you. So how would I be influencing somebody instead of relating to them? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. I'm not influencing them. They see something in me that they can relate to. And I'm talking about myself. So if you say, hey, well, I'm doing this because that's what he used to do, then you didn't hear what I said today, which was personal. What they got to do with me? That's weird. Because you make your own decisions. Because when I got in trouble, when I got set up by the police, guess who had to deal with it? Me. I had to deal with that shit. Nobody listened. Like, when I got set up, you know what I'm saying, by women who was dealing with, and my thing is, like, that's what I did. I chose to make sense of humans instead of being bitter towards people. You know, I had a baby put on me for a long time that wasn't mine, and I felt like everybody betrayed me on for a long time. That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? And that was my truth. For a long time, you know, I was on papers for 10 years for a crime I didn't commit. That was heavy to get over. Like, I hated people. I hated white people. I hated cops. I hated women. I hated, you know what I'm saying? I hated a lot of people. I just don't want to hate. It's too much energy. Now, I'm watching you niggas. I'm on your ass now, because people be full of shit. People be full of shit. But I'm not finna sit here and say women be full of shit. White people be full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Cops, they kind of are. They do be full of shit sometimes. And women do be full of shit sometimes too. That's why when y'all be saying black men be full of shit, yeah, some of them do. Just add context to what you're saying. Don't say all of them. Just say the dudes that do such and such. You know what I'm saying? The women who put babies on people just because they're so lonely and they feel like they made a mistake, that they can't just admit that they made a mistake to the people that they care about, probably because the people that they care about don't really give a fuck about what they have to say, or they put them in a position to make them feel like they don't give a damn about what they say. So then they get stuck in this little whirlwind, and 9 times out of 10, this bitch is like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So you're young, so you don't understand the concept of what you're going through, because these are life decisions that they're now making, and you haven't lived enough life in order for you to understand what the fuck you're doing. You make a rash decision, you do some panic ass shit, and you throw a fucking baby on somebody. Instead of somebody understanding that, they be like, oh, these bitches ain't shit. No, I add context. And be like, bitch, you did some ain't shit in the moment. So stop that. See the difference? Yeah, that's it. I'll see y'all on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Peace.